All right, number 9. Um, we want to do the two parts. We're going to write the equation for a rational function, same graph as y equals 1 over x, but it's shifted right 1 unit and down 3 units. All right, so this is going over transformations. We want to move the graph. I'm going to go back into our course, and I'm going to show you where to find some help on that. So in our homework video section, we have the Herald parent function. And I'm going to make this full screen just for a second. So this goes over most of the functions that we're going to see. Here it shows you the basic function, and then over here this is the general form whenever we're doing a transformation. So notice A is just a multiple, B is a multiple, H and K are going to be the transformations. They're going to shift it left and right. If we scroll all the way down, so I want you to kind of identify the H and K. That's what I'm pointing out. It's a minus and a plus. So it's going to be the opposite sign. If I scroll all the way down, it pass out of trig because we won't be doing trig. This is where it goes over transformation. So each function is similar to this, but it's telling you the K is going to move it up if it's positive, down, and then it says the horizontal shift H is going to move it left if it's it says positive if moves it right. Now that's if you're plugging in the positive, but remember when you plug in the positive, the function has a minus H. So I'm going to plug in these values and then you're going to see what it looks like. But again, I needed you to see what the transformation was, but this is the general form. So I'm going to be using this f of x equals a b x minus h plus k. Now we're still using 1 over x, but we're going to just do this transformation k and h and k. All right, so let me minimize this. Let's go back. All right, so here's what we are looking at. Y equals, and we're going to have 1 over x minus h, and then we have a plus k. And then we're going to plug in these values. So it says shifted right 1. So my h is going to be 1. So I'm going to have y equals 1 over, and it's an x minus 1. So what you're seeing is a minus 1. It told us it shifted right 1, but what we're seeing is a opposite of that when you plug in a 1. And then it says shifted down 3 units. So instead of the plus k, you can say plus a negative 3 because we're going down 3. Another way of thinking about that is just 1 over x minus 1 and then minus 3. So this is the function that we want to use when applying transformations. So we're going to get 1 divided by x minus 1. I usually tell students whenever you see something with the x, you're going to do the opposite. So if I see a minus 1, that tells me I went plus 1. So I don't like the way that they say it, but they're telling you based on what you plugged in. We plugged in a positive 1 to this h, and then we're seeing negative. So when it's with x, you're going to do the opposite of what you see. So if I see plus 1, that means I'm going to go left 1 unit. If I see minus 1, I'm going to go right. The k does exactly what you see. A plus 3 means go up 3. Minus 3 means go down 3. Only things that are with x are going to do the opposite. And then we're going to move over and say minus 3. So that's going to be our function. And then it says write the domain and range of the function in interval notation, the domain. So what happens? Our domain, okay, let me go back. Our domain for our rational function is negative infinity to 0 and 0 to infinity. So what we've done is we've shifted this graph to the right 1. So instead of being centered at 0, our graph now moved over right 1. So now our graph is going to look like this with just that part. So that's the right 1. So my domain, because it got shifted right 1, is going to be negative infinity to 1 and then 1 to positive infinity. Now, we also have a horizontal asymptote of 0 starting out, okay? But the minus 3 is going to shift it down 3 units. So 1, 2, 3. So instead of the lines that I just drew, our graph is actually going to go horizontal to that line and then go down. And then it's going to come horizontal to this line and curve up. So it got shifted down 3 units. And so my range is going to be negative infinity and then up to a -3 because we got shifted down 3. Up to -3 to infinity. So whenever we have a transformation, it's just going to shift whatever our range and domain values are. So we're going to do both parentheses, negative infinity for my domain up to 1, and then gotta tell it union, go to the other side of 1 to positive infinity. And then for our range, something similar, negative infinity up to -3. And then we have to tell it union. And then the other side of -3 to positive infinity.